Good Tuesday morning. We are tracking extreme weather all across the country.
And it's creating some major problems at the nation's airports. It's March 17th. This is Today. Coast to coast, powerful storms tearing up the East Coast, spawning this damaging tornado in North Carolina and packing torrential rain and damaging winds.
It was scary. It sounded like a train.
While the Midwest digs out from a blinding blizzard.
I think it's time to go home.
Hundreds of thousands without power from Michigan to Maine. And out west, millions facing a late winter heat wave. Temperatures soaring into the triple digits. We'll have the very latest and your full forecast. New chaos. That rough weather only adding to major problems at airports. Nearly 20,000 cancellations and delays this week alone so far. All of it in the middle of the busy spring break travel rush and the ongoing partial government shutdown. This morning, a look at what you'll face if you have a flight to catch today. Breaking overnight. Drones and rockets fired at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. Israel launching new attacks in Iran, killing two top leaders as the war in the Middle East rages on. Here at home, gas prices still skyrocketing, up another 7 cents just this morning, while key U.S. allies push back against White House demands for help reopening the crucial Strait of Hormuz. We're live in Washington and in the region. Power struggle. Millions in Cuba in the dark this morning after the country's entire electric grid collapses. President Trump calling the island a weakened nation and hinting the U.S. could step in.
Whether I free it, take it, I think I can do anything I want with it.
The very latest in an exclusive live report from inside Cuba. Kiss and tell. The woman at the center of that viral moment at a Coldplay concert.
Oh, look at these people.
Opening up about that infamous evening.
I had people trespassing and looking in my windows. We had people doing drive-bys and yelling and honking.
What she's revealing to Oprah for the first time about that night, her embrace with her boss, and how those 16 seconds of video are still upending her life. All that, plus stepping out, Princess Kate joining the Irish Guards in a long-standing royal tradition for just the second time since her cancer battle. All the details from Buckingham Palace straight ahead. And going green. It's St. Patrick's Day, and we're gearing up for the nation's oldest and largest celebration right here in New York. A morning filled with music, dancing, and food as America gets a taste of that famous luck of the Irish today, Tuesday, March 17th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. 7 a.m. on the West Coast. Thank you so much for starting your Tuesday with us. Hoda here while Savannah continues to spend time with her family, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
And happy St. Patrick's Day to you. You look perfect in green.
So do you. So do you.
We got green here.
Just try not to get pinched.
Okay, that's not going to happen. We got the police department pipe and drum outside, so we're going to have some fun in just a bit.
Yes, much more on St. Patrick's Day throughout the morning. Right now, though, let's get to our top story. That wild weather coast to coast.
Yeah, here in the east, we saw flooding, rain, heavy winds overnight, and a rare tornado threat. In fact, an EF0 touchdown in North Carolina, according to the National Weather Service, ripping the roof off of that warehouse.
And while parts of the Midwest are buried in several feet of snow, this was the scene in Alabama. Yes, Alabama. Snow falling in Athens yesterday amid bitter cold temperatures.
But out west where you guys are, record heat's the big story. Nearly 40 million under alerts with highs 15 to 20 degrees above average. And a lot of this is contributing to an already hectic situation at the nation's airports, stretched thin by the government shutdown.
We've got it all covered for you this morning. We'll start with Weekend Today's Angie Lastman. She is in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Angie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. In just 24 hours, the country saw almost every type of severe weather imaginable, from the flooding rains across the east and the tornadoes to the blizzard conditions across the Midwest and the record heat for the West. And folks, this morning dealing with the aftermath, waking up to power outages for more than 400,000.
A historic March blizzard pummeling parts of the Midwest. The monster storm burying Michigan.
I think it's time to go home.
And Wisconsin in record snowfall.
Probably one of the crazier snowstorms we've ever seen.
Green Bay clocking more than 26 inches, their biggest snowstorm in 138 years. But the whipping winter wind fanning a massive warehouse fire. Emergency crews struggling to contain the blaze with equipment freezing in the low temperatures. On the East Coast, a dangerous line of storms barreling up and down the I-95 corridor. Florida hit with heavy downpours and strong winds. Torrential rain pounding parts of Pennsylvania.
It's going to come up over the sidewalk shortly.
Damaging winds causing chaos in the Carolinas. A tornado ripping the roof off this North Carolina warehouse. And 50-mile-an-hour winds tearing the metal roof off of a small business in South Carolina.
It was scary. It sounded like a train.
Overnight, heavy rain and winds across New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Some parts cold enough for snow. The wild weather pushing south. In Alabama, a rare March snow dusting parts of the state. And the winds were so strong in Texas, they sent this child flying. Fortunately, he's okay. While much of the country deals with storms and snow, the West is sweltering. A rare March heat wave pushing temperatures up to 30 degrees above average.
We have a pool and AC, so we survive.
And the heat alert's already up for California, Nevada, and Arizona, but the rest of the country in almost an entirely different season, stuck in winter after that cold front left bitter cold conditions across the Midwest and the East. So if you're headed out to clean up or dig out this morning, you're going to want to bundle up. I, instead, am going to have a bit of a snowball fight to make the most of it. Guys?
Thank you, Angie. Angie Lasper there in Wisconsin.
We got to make the most of it.
Yeah, you are.
Still talking snowball fights.
Right?
Large, insane. All right, let's bring in Dylan, who is in for Al. Hey, Dylan,
Snow
morning.
just doesn't even sound fun anymore
No.
at this point. But the storm is gone. The storm is moving away. On the backside of it, we still have those strong gusty winds. Those will ease through the morning, but it is enough to keep lake effect snow falling up through Michigan, through Pennsylvania, Ohio, up into New York. Off of Lake Ontario is where we'll see another 6 to 10, 12 inches of snow if you get stuck in some of those heavier bands. We also have a little clipper system that's going to move through the upper Midwest. That's going to dump a little bit more snow, just an inch or two. But again, the higher snowfall totals just north of Syracuse through the Tug Hill Plateau, where we will see that lake effect snow continue to fall. Wind alerts are still in effect. Now they have shifted a little more to the northeast. We are still windy in New York City, but that will ease after about 8 o'clock this morning. We'll start to see those winds calm down a little bit. But for right now, we're still gusting up to about 35 to 45 miles per hour. The farther you go up into Maine, that's where we're seeing our higher wind gusts. Down south, it is brutally cold. We've got 42 million people under freeze warnings right now, from Texas all the way into the southeast, even down into northern Florida. We have some of those cold weather warnings. Temperatures in the last 24 hours have dropped by about 20 to 30 degrees. Washington, D.C. right now is 32. That's 30 degrees colder than it was yesterday. So this is the cold air that's in place, although out west we're talking about those record high temperatures, and we'll get to more of that in the next half hour, guys.
All right, we'll come back to you in just a few minutes, Dylan. Thank you. That severe weather that Dylan was just talking about, creating some even more disruptions and delays at airports from coast to coast. Airports already dealing with the impact of the partial government shutdown and the busy spring break rush. NBC senior correspondent Tom Costello covers aviation. He's at Reagan National. Tom, good morning.
Hey, guys, we've really had a mess already this morning, Craig, in Atlanta. For a while, Delta Airlines requested the FAA to slow or pause operations into Atlanta because they're trying to get themselves organized again on the ground following this massive winter mess. They've got now that back up and running again, but it's really led to delays and cancellations yet again this morning. As I show you the most important numbers in terms of delays and cancellations, let me tell you the most affected airports are Atlanta, JFK, LaGuardia, Orlando, and Reagan National at this hour. And that follows yesterday with that severe weather causing significant delays. We had 12,000 delays system-wide yesterday, 5,000 flight cancellations. And this was really, and it has been, a 1-2 punch with the weather yesterday really affecting, as you know, the East Coast and the Midwest. And then on top of that, we've had the TSA wait times because the government shutdown, partial shutdown, continues with 50,000 TSA officers working without pay for more than a month now. And so that has led to more and more of them calling out sick or quitting. We've had 366 quit now, and more taking second jobs just to make ends meet. And so they have been calling out. Look at the call out rates we've had at some critical airports with wait times of more than 70 minutes in cases, 2 and 3 hours at other airports. We have had 2 to 3 hour wait times, but let me tell you, 21% call out in Atlanta, JFK, Houston Hobby, 16% of TSA officers calling out. In New Orleans, 14% in Pittsburgh. By the way, nationally on Sunday, 10% of all TSA officers called out. That really speaks to a system under extreme stress right now, waiting for Congress to pass any sort of funding for the TSA. But so far, that's not happening, with Republicans and Democrats still blaming each other. Craig.
Tom Costello for us there at Reagan National. Tom, thank you.
We have breaking news overnight in the war with Iran. Explosions seen near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad amid escalating attacks across the Middle East. Meantime, here at home, gas prices jumped again overnight. President Trump now doubling down on his call for help from U.S. allies to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. We have 2 reports. We're going to start with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. Hey, Richard, morning.
Good morning, Hoda. It was just last night when President Trump was complaining that he didn't know who to negotiate with Iran, that he doesn't really know who's actually in charge of the country, as the U.S. and Israel continue to assassinate top Iranian officials, including the supreme leader and many others. Well, that pattern is continuing. Israel just announced a short while ago that it killed the country's national security advisor, the man who was running the day-to-day affairs of the country, as this war continues to escalate and as Israel and the United States struggle to contain it.
New video this morning of the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad targeted by a pro-Iranian militia. American forces unleash a glowing stream of anti-aircraft rounds, making the unmistakable sound of rapid fire. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad has been rocketed by pro-Iranian militias and swarmed by pro-Iranian protesters attempting to break in. Now the State Department is ordering all Americans in Iraq to leave and telling them not to approach the embassy. The U.S. and Israel have been hitting back. This morning, Israel saying it has killed Iran's powerful security chief, Ali Laranjani, a possible future leader, and also killed a commander of its Revolutionary Guard. The Iranian government is not confirming, as Iran's remaining leaders are trying to consolidate power. There are no protests, let alone an uprising. Police are threatening to shoot demonstrators. The Pentagon says it's focusing on a precise campaign with 6,000 combat flights. But President Trump is sending 5,000 troops to the region, many of them Marines. Trump's increasing focus seems to be weakening Iran's economy, targeting Harg Island, Iran's main oil facility exporting primarily to China. The Pentagon says it has destroyed all of Harg Island's defenses, along with mine-laying ships Iran could potentially use to block the Strait of Hormuz. But mines aren't the only way to threaten the key waterway. Iran destroyed a tanker last week with a surface-to-surface missile. And a British maritime authority says another tanker was hit by a flying projectile in the Persian Gulf today.
Iran is also showing no signs of backing down. A senior Iranian official spoke to our colleague at Sky News, and he told them that if the U.S. does decide to send ground troops into Iran, it will become another Vietnam. Hoda?
All right, Richard Engel for us there in Israel. Richard, thank you.
Now to the war's fallout here at home, including the mounting pressure facing President Trump to rein in gas prices. NBC's Garrett Hake joins us now from his post at the White House. Garrett, good morning.
Craig, to bring those gas prices back down, President Trump needs to get Middle Eastern oil back on the global market, which means moving it through the Strait of Hormuz, which, as Richard was just discussing, Iran still effectively controls. Now, the president has turned to diplomacy, his critics say too late, asking allies in NATO, as well as countries like China and Japan, for help keeping ships safe in the strait. But so far, his coalition building has come up short as the war continues with no clear off-ramp and growing costs. This morning, President Trump scrambling to put together an international coalition to help force open the Strait of Hormuz. The strategic strait now effectively blocked by Iran, which has targeted transiting tankers, sending oil and gas prices soaring.
They should be not only thanking us, they should be helping us.
Despite the president's belated outreach to several countries, urging them to send warships to help escort ships through the strait, no allies have signed on so far. Germany's defense minister rebuffing the president's pressure campaign, saying, quote, "This is not our war. We did not start it." Other allies, including the UK and France, remain non-committal.
Had President Trump done the work to build a coalition of the willing, to consult and engage our NATO allies and vital partners before launching this war of choice, then they might feel more invested in ensuring that the Strait of Hormuz is reopened.
As the conflict widens, NBC News has learned the president is presented regularly with options to end the war, but has not taken any so far, according to 6 people with knowledge of the plans. The president detailing his thinking about the remaining Iranian regime.
All of their leaders are dead, as far as we know, but they're all dead. We don't know who we're dealing with.
All as gas prices continue to surge, now averaging $3.79 a gallon, up more than 80 cents in a month. The war shaking up President Trump's economic agenda in other ways, including now delaying his long-planned summit with China's Xi Jinping, meant to focus on trade and other issues between the world's 2 largest economies.
We're speaking to China. I'd love to, but because of the war, I want to be here. I have to be here, I feel.
Mr. Trump also said yesterday that he spoke recently to a former U.S. president about Iran who told him that he wished he did what President Trump is doing right now with his military campaign. Well, Mr. Trump ruled out George W. Bush and insinuated that the unnamed former president was part of the Democratic Party, but also added it's someone that he likes and is smart. Well, we reached out to all of the offices of the former presidents and aides to each of the 4 living former presidents. All deny they have had any such conversations with President Trump. Craig?
Garrett Haake from the White House. Garrett, thank you.
Meantime, the president is raising the possibility of the U.S. taking Cuba. His comments coming on the same day that the country's electric grid collapsed, deepening the energy and economic crisis that's now gripping the island. NBC's George Solis in Havana's got the very latest for us. Hey, George, morning.
Hoda, good morning to you. Work to restore power continues here in Cuba this morning. It is a gradual process that can take days, according to officials. We were on the streets of Havana and met with families navigating this grim new reality, their hopes and their dreams, how they adapt, and their hopes for the future, all on the table. This morning, Cuba waking up in the dark. The country's power grid collapsing Monday. The crisis creating dangerous conditions and leaving residents outraged. This is an abuse. What will happen? It will be 2 or 3 days without electricity, and what little we have to eat spoils. Nobody says anything, and nobody has answers for anything, this man said. During this latest blackout, people have been spilling out to the streets here for hours. Fortunately, some cloud cover to keep them from this blistering heat. The blackout comes after NBC News' exclusive with Cuba's deputy prime minister, considered by many to be Cuba's economic czar, in charge of fixing the struggling economy by attracting more foreign investors, including large companies from the United States. Monday, President Trump was asked, what's next for Cuba?
All my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of, I think I could do anything I want with it.
Among those in Cuba navigating the dim new reality of power outages are residents like Isabel Garcia. It's very hard, she said. What Cubans are going through is very hard. She took us inside her home to show us how she and her family are coping under the U.S. energy blockage and ailing infrastructure, using a bike light and cell phones to see, and buying food day to day to avoid the risk of things spoiling. It makes you want to cry, she said. Now, Cuban officials are working to determine the exact cause of this power outage. It's the 3rd or 4th major power outage here on the island in the last several months, and women like Isabel Garcia say they've really had to learn to adapt and really just figure out how to make sure they can help not only themselves but their neighbors during this ongoing crisis.
Hoda. All right, George Solis for us there in Havana. Thank you so much, George.
All right, we go back to Dylan now because there's a lot happening in the weather department.
There certainly is. At least that storm is exiting the East Coast. We've got some lake effect snow in and around the Great Lakes. Very cold in the southeast, but very hot in the southwest with some record high temperatures expected. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
We're back, 7:30, stepping into St. Patrick's Day with those fast feet of Riverdance, the beloved group celebrating more than 30 years since their popular show first premiered in Carson Daly. We're so happy to have them starting this special day with us.
Yeah, I split the G a couple times. I started attempting that dance later today. It's a mess. It's just
I feel
awful.
like St. Patrick's Day is about you, Carson.
I love it. I love it. Well, my only green tie was my Masters tie.
Okay.
So my two favorite things, golf and Guinness.
That'll do. That'll do.
So more on St. Patrick's Day coming up in our next hour. Right now, though, we do have a lot to get to in this half hour. We're going to start with that viral Coldplay kiss cam moment. It is back in the spotlight.
Yeah, you remember that 8 months ago after the video that had everybody talking. Well, the woman at the center of it all is opening up like never before.
NBC's Stephanie Gosk is here with more on what she is saying. Hey, Steph, morning.
Hey, guys, good morning. Kristen Cabot has given interviews, but this is the first time she's spoken on camera, and she says that it will be the last. In a conversation with Oprah Winfrey, Cabot reveals how this moment at a Coldplay concert, just 16 seconds long, changed her entire life.
Oh, look at these two.
Billions of people watched it, and many watched it again and again.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very sharp.
This morning, Kristen Cabot talking on camera for the first time with Oprah Winfrey.
My phone was ringing around the clock.
Over a kiss camera embrace with her boss caught on Jumbotron that consumed the internet, became a much spoofed pop cultural phenomenon, and took over her life.
There was paparazzi there for weeks. They wouldn't leave. I had people trespassing and looking in my windows. We had people doing drive-bys and yelling and honking. We had my phone.
With your children home.
Yes, with my children home.
Cabot says she was separated from her husband at the time, but revealing he was attending the concert too in another group. Cabot joined work friends and her boss, astronomer CEO Andy Byron, saying that she and Byron had a connection and had recently discussed their relationship.
Like, that was the culmination point of feelings that had developed over the course of, 4 to 6 weeks.
And describing the moment that was seen around the world.
It was really dark, and we got very swept up, and it didn't feel in any way that we were risking being, and it wasn't even calculated where we thought to ourselves, like, oh, no one's looking, let's put our hands on each other. It wasn't that.
Byron has said he was in a troubled marriage at the time, too.
Andy Byron, your boss, were people coming up to him?
No, not at all.
Attacking him, attacking his children?
No.
The merciless personal attacks, she says, were largely reserved for her.
How I looked, to how I was dressed, to how I behaved, to the sleeping my way to the top, to the gold digger, to this, all the words that Lisa used, the husband stealer.
A phrase Cabot tells Oprah that she especially hates.
This notion of women stealing men, I would walk in and duct tape and zip tie a guy and unwittingly drag him out and steal.
Mm-hmm.
The man has no role in this.
Mm-hmm.
This is, and for me, I was the face of all of this.
Cabot stepped down from her job as the head of human resources, and so did Byron. Oprah asking her why she thought it went viral so fast.
I've certainly seen funny things online and forwarded them around and clicked on them. I just don't think people really stop and think about there's real humans behind
There's
this.
a life there.
I mean, Steph, you really don't think about all of the backlash that came. I had no idea that onslaught of death threats, people going after her kids and all that stuff. I mean,
people probably shared it, never thought twice about it.
Wow. But so where do things stand now with her and the former CEO, the former CEO?
She says she's no longer speaking to her former boss. She also said, quote, there was a big miss on honesty and integrity from him. She also told Oprah that in those immediate days, she talked a lot with her ex-husband, including that night that he had noticed the video had gone viral and he was concerned about the kids seeing it. Just so you know, we reached out to Byron for a comment, and he did not give us any about this.
Wow, a terrible moment, but wow, the after effects, the ripple effects.
Yeah, she's still dealing with can't get a job. Yep, it's
okay. All right, thank you, Steph.
Still ahead, a touching show of support for White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles as She undergoes treatment for breast cancer. What she's saying about her diagnosis and the important message that she wants all women to hear this.
All right, but first, patience pays. Move over same-day deliveries. Vicki's here with a closer look at the growing trend of no-rush shipping. How much you can save if you can resist the call of instant gratification. We'll dive into that right after this.
Back now, 7:39 this morning on Today's Consumer, the rather surprising rise of no-rush shipping.
No rush shipping. So it's a trend recently highlighted in the Wall Street Journal after online giants and major retailers spent years finding ways to speed up deliveries. These days, more shoppers say they're actually willing to wait if it saves them a few bucks.
So what is behind this, and how can you balance the cost and speed of your online purchases? NBC's chief consumer investigative correspondent Vicki Wins here to deliver those answers. So Vic,
good morning.
for so long, good morning. So retailers were trying to keep up with Amazon. They wanted to get it there.
Totally.
And now they're doing the opposite. They're like, we're going to slow it down. Why? Like, what's behind that?
Couple of factors at play here: affordability as well as the rising cost of shipping on retailers. So we'll take it with affordability. McKinsey did this survey in 2022, right after the pandemic, and everybody was like, fast, fast, fast. I want my stuff now. That's my #1 priority when I'm online shopping.
Right.
Fast forward a couple of years, everyone's like, cheap, cheap, cheap. I just want to be able to afford these things to get them to me. I'm willing to wait. And here's the thing. Laura Wu, we talked to her. She's the CEO at Shippo. She's looking at the data across the country, and she says right now, like ground shipping, economy shipping, the slowest, cheapest shipping makes up about 72% of all shipments. That's up from 65% just 2 years ago. So retailers are really feeling the squeeze as well. So this 4 to 8 day shipping window is now the new norm. On the retailer side, FedEx and UPS, their costs have gone up tremendously. You think about fuel costs, labor shortages, that's adding to the rise in the cost. And also, the Wall Street Journal found that the popularity of online shippers like Shein and Temu from China showed that consumers are willing to wait longer to get their packages, literally on a slow boat from China, right? As long as they're getting the value for their dollar.
So when you buy something online now and you get ready to check out, what are the options that you'll see?
So you're most often always going to see a free shipping option, but instead of it being 2 to 3 days, it's now going to be probably closer to that 5 to 9 day window. And often there's a minimum spend too to get that free shipping. The Gap, for example, they offer 5 different choices. You can get things in 1 to 2 days, but you'll pay $25 for that shipping, or you'll wait up to a week and a half to get it. Even Amazon, which was the leader in all of this, they're the ones that primed us for 2 day, same day, in the next 2 hours shipping. They have slowly been offering the lower carbon footprint day, or giving you that like digital coupon or more cash back on your Prime Visa if you consolidate and wait for your Prime Day, so that all of your boxes come on the same day.
I read this whole notion that if you opt to wait longer, right, no rush shipping, that what they're seeing is that the consumer's becoming more committed to the purchase and they're realizing less returns. What does that mean?
That is so fascinating. And the idea here, Carson, is that if you are willing to wait for something, you're more likely to keep it. One seller told the Wall Street Journal that they saw returns go down 20 to 30%. It's like that idea that, you know what, if I want this bad enough, I'm going to wait for it. I'm less likely to take it back. Versus if I get it right away, I don't really like it, I'm sending it back. And that costs the environment 2 ways, right? The carbon footprint of getting that item to you quickly, and then you're sending it back. So good things come to those who wait.
I know that what you're advocating for, really, though, is your favorite of all things, BOPUS.
Oh, yes.
What is it?
You coined the term.
This is my favorite acronym. Pick up in store.
In store.
Yes.
BOPUS.
BOPUS.
Yes.
BOPUS. Yeah. About 11% of online orders now, 1 in 10, is done buy online, pick up in store. People have gotten the hang of it because it's convenient. Plus, you get the item quicker, and in some cases, click to collect is the new trend. So IKEA, for example, they're not everywhere, but there are a lot of Office Depots and Walgreens. So IKEA has a deal. You buy online, and you can pick up at one of these designated spots.
Sense.
That helps them consolidate their shipments. It helps you get your products faster without costly home shipping.
Love it. Options.
Options.
All right. Thank you. Dylan, you were saying no rush shipping. There's another added benefit for you. It makes you feel less guilty?
Oh, yes. I feel less guilty when I buy it because I'm not spending money on shipping.
Yes.
And then when it shows up a few days later, you're like, hey, surprise. You forget what even you bought. Let's take a look at the heat that's out west because we are looking to break some record high temperatures. It has been brutally hot. It's going to stay hot for the next several days. We have heat warnings, heat advisories in effect through Nevada, down through Arizona, and through California, too. Look at all of the high temperatures. We are expecting the record high temperatures that we are expecting to break. All these red dots are places where those records will fall. Now, keep in mind, in California, the hottest it has ever been in March is 107 degrees in Mecca, California. We are forecasting some high temperatures up around 107. We are looking into 108 on Friday, Saturday 106. So we are going to be certainly close to that as we go through the next several days. Even going into the weekend, temperatures will still be staying on the warm side with highs in the 90s. So those record highs are in the forecast out west, rainy in the Pacific Northwest. Little Clipper system brings a little bit more snow, like 1 to 2 inches of snow back through the Midwest. Lake effect snow continues, and it is much, much colder across the southeast, where we actually have some freeze warnings in effect right now. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
All right, second best time in the morning.
All right, dilly. I'll take it. I'll take second best. Shame and Silver. We've got some big news from across the pond. One half of this dynamic duo is about to become the very first host of Saturday Night Live's new UK spinoff.
Hillary and I don't agree on everything.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Well, from Russia to London, Tina Fey has just been announced as SNL UK's first host. The show's big stateside star set to debut the British edition this weekend. And guess what? After it airs abroad, we'll be able to stream it here on Peacock. And we've got the full lineup of the first 3 episodes. Jamie Dornan, great actor Riz Ahmed also will be hosting. Wet Leg, Wolf Alice, and Kasabi will be tapped as musical guests for SNL over the pond.
Wow. That's going to be
pretty big.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
She knows what she's
really
doing,
big.
So.
All right, we got the best time in the morning coming up, Pop Star. Also, we're going to start your day with a smile. We've got a can't-miss morning boost right after this. All right, Jenna's enjoying a little time off. You started the boost. Feels like maybe you
think I could do it? Let me see if I still got it. All right, nobody knows more about the magic of live television than the people on the set, right? Well, you got to see a clip from the recent broadcast on QVC where a fun caller left the ladies nearly speechless. Check it out.
I wanted to tell you that I got that peasant blouse with the tassels.
Yes.
And I used to wear the tassels on my pasties. Do you know what pasties are?
Okay. Marianne, I just want to say this. You are my emotional support diva. Okay? You have just made my whole entire day. Mary's walked off. She's dead on the couch.
I'm having therapy with Marianne right now. Marianne, you made my year.
Marianne.
I love that they loved that call so much.
Did you see how
They didn't try and cover it up.
No,
they loved
They were
it.
like, wait, what?
You take 1,000 calls on QVC, you get one, and you're just like, this is the best.
That's the one. That's the one. Oh, my God.
By the way, we give you the boost one day, and that's
See what
what,
happens.
that's what you bring in.
There you go.
It used to be
That's
so
the best
wholesome.
boost I've seen in a long time.
Used to be.
You know what pasties are?
I do. We were going to ask you.
Coming up, how I do. A long peek at the long-awaited comeback of BTS as the K-pop supergroup takes fans inside their emotional reunion. We've got that and just a packed pop start on the way on a St. Patty's Day. Check your local news.
You're the fill-in producer on the boost today. I'm surprised I can step through. It's 8 o'clock on today. Coming up coast to coast, a historic March blizzard slamming parts of the Midwest.
Probably one of the crazier snowstorms we've ever seen.
Other parts of the country hit hard by tornadoes, thunderstorms, even record heat. We've got your full forecast. Then, back in the spotlight, Princess Kate joining the Irish Guards for a long-standing tradition, just her second since her battle with cancer. Inside the celebrations and her road to recovery. All that, plus Chris Pratt live in Studio 1A. Behind the scenes with BTS.
And we're trying to find out what makes us BTS.
And Irish eyes are smiling. We've got river dance, bagpipes, corned beef, and Guinness as we celebrate all things St. Paddy's Day. Today, Tuesday, March 17th, 2026.
Celebrating St. Patrick's Day in New York City!
From Ocala, Florida.
Buffalo, New York!
Greenville, South Carolina.
Denton, Texas! And Yukon, Oklahoma! Good morning, Grandma.
Back in Sacramento.
Visiting from Middle High School in
Oahu, Hawaii.
Third generation from Colfax, Iowa. Hi to my dad. Love you, Papa. It's Cameron's lucky day. Today's my birthday. Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day to you and yours. Look at all those folks on the plaza decked out in green hats, green ears. I see some Shamrock T-shirts. Thank you so much for starting your Tuesday, starting your St. Patrick's Day with us. Hoda in for Savannah while Savannah continues to spend time with her family. We're going to get outside and celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
A little river dancing, a little corned beef and cabbage.
You going to join the river dancers?
No. Yeah, so sad.
Let's get to your news at 8. We're going to start with that extreme weather across the country. In the Midwest, a historic blizzard left parts of Wisconsin and Michigan buried in snow. Green Bay recording more than 26 inches, their biggest snowstorm in nearly 140 years. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, it was torrential rain and dangerous winds from Florida all the way to Maine, all of it creating some major delays and cancellations at the nation's airports. Dylan is back now for the latest on the forecast. A lot of folks digging out this morning.
Absolutely. Back through the Midwest, and a little bit more snow is still going to fall. The storm itself, though, has moved offshore. The wind's back behind it, though, enough to keep the lake effect snow falling, especially off of Lake Ontario, up across the Tug Hill Plateau. You could see an additional 6 to 10, 12 inches of snow as the winds continue to cross over the Great Lakes. We also have that secondary system that'll produce maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow back through the upper Midwest, through Minnesota, through Wisconsin, and then again 6 to 10, 12 inches possible just north of Syracuse. We have wind alerts still in effect, although they are starting to diminish a bit as the winds ease slightly down through the mid-Atlantic. That should at least help with the airlines to get back up and running today. But you go up into New England, we're still looking at wind gusts up to about 45, 46 miles per hour, especially up across Maine. Back through Buffalo, we're still gusting up to about 50 miles per hour. It is cold down south, down from Texas all the way through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even down into Florida. We have those freeze warnings in effect. Temperatures this morning compared to yesterday morning are about 20 to 30 degrees colder. Jacksonville, I was there yesterday morning. It was nice and mild. Right now, it's only 35 degrees. Knoxville, 27 degrees. That's 25 degrees colder than yesterday. So you certainly will feel it when you step outside.
All right, Dylan, thank you so much. We'll check back in a bit. A federal judge yesterday blocked Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s recent overhaul of the nation's childhood vaccine schedule. So in January, the health secretary reduced the number of vaccines recommended for all children from 18 to 11. Among the drops, vaccines for the flu, rotavirus, and meningitis. So, in response, the American Academy of Pediatrics and other medical groups filed a lawsuit arguing the vaccine changes violated federal law. Well, federal health officials indicated they plan to appeal that judge's ruling.
A jury returned a guilty verdict yesterday for the Utah mother accused of fatally poisoning her husband, then writing a children's book about grief. Corey Richens was convicted of aggravated murder and fraud, among other charges. Prosecutors say in 2022, Richens slipped a lethal dose of fentanyl into her husband's cocktail. She was arrested a little over a year later. Richens faces 25 years to life in prison. Sentencing is scheduled for May 13th.
Let's go to Washington now. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles announced yesterday that she has been diagnosed with breast cancer. The announcement prompting a wave of support from colleagues in the administration. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell is with us now with more. Hey, Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Hoda. Getting a breast cancer diagnosis can bring uncertainty and often fear. For many American women, that also raises worries about how to manage treatment and career. And now the first woman to ever hold the high-pressure job of White House Chief of Staff is beginning her own breast cancer journey.
A new and very personal challenge in the president's inner circle.
Always near Mr. Trump, but rarely in the spotlight herself, Susie Wiles exerts quiet power in Washington.
She's our chief of staff, and she's an amazing person, an amazing fighter.
Her fight is breast cancer. Wiles, who is 68 years old, released a statement saying her cancer was diagnosed this past week, writing, "I am grateful to have an outstanding team of doctors who detected the cancer early and are guiding my care, and I'm encouraged by a strong prognosis." Wiles is trusted by the president, a veteran of politics and lobbying. She served as co-campaign manager in 2024. At events, the president has often boasted that Wiles made some history of her own.
Susie Wiles here also, who's the first female chief of staff.
Wiles noted that nearly 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will face this diagnosis and continue to raise their families, go to work. Wiles intends to remain at the White House during her unspecified treatment.
She said, let's do it now. I said, do it immediately, because with that particular ailment, the faster the better.
Wiles is not the attention-seeking type, but comments she made for Vanity Fair magazine sparked headlines when she criticized Attorney General Pam Bondi, saying she completely whiffed on the Epstein files. And Wiles bluntly described the president as having an alcoholic's personality. He notably does not drink. Wiles also talked about her role in a podcast last year.
I am the chief of staff. I'm not the chief of Donald Trump.
Wiles has not disclosed details about her course of treatment, but says it was detected early. Experts say stage 1 breast cancer shows good outcomes, with 99% of patients reaching that important 5-year mark. Many in the White House were offering prayers for her recovery. Hoda?
Right, indeed. All right, Kelly O'Donnell. Kelly, thank you.
We turn now to the World Baseball Classic. Team USA will take on Venezuela in the championship game tonight after Venezuela knocked off Italy last night in a dramatic semifinal. Venezuela trailed most of the game but came back to take the lead in the 7th inning after a big rally. They scored 3 runs in that 7th inning, and they would go on to win it 4-2. That sets up what is sure to be an exciting championship game tonight against Team USA. Go USA.
Yeah, indeed. Wow, Italy was doing so well.
They were.
Took them out.
They were.
All right.
Welcome back. If you can't tell, it's St. Patrick's Day. Celebrations are being held all across the country, of course, all over the world as well.
Yeah, one annual tradition that's taking place across the pond this morning is making headlines for its headlining guest, Princess Kate.
NBC's Molly Hunter joins us from Buckingham Palace with more. Hey, Molly, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you guys from a very springy Buckingham Palace. Now, this is a day every single year that the Princess of Wales shines, always sporting green for St. Patrick's Day, of course, but stepping out, taking center stage on her own. Take a look.
This morning, the Princess of Wales back in the spotlight, joining the Irish Guards for their St. Patrick's Day parade. Kate is the colonel of the Irish Guards, and today is a mainstay in her public calendar, only missing it back in 2024 following her abdominal surgery. The Prince and Princess of Wales have been out and about a lot in recent weeks, helping the royal family move the focus on from the scathing attention on Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. But in a new YouGov poll, most Brits think the royal family reacted too slowly to the revelations about former Prince Andrew and his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And about half of those polled say senior working royals should have condemned Andrew more. But William and Kate doing their part, focusing on more upbeat joint appearances, mostly community-focused visits. Just last week, stepping out on a surprise bar crawl, the Princess of Wales sharing rare insight into her post-cancer recovery.
No, actually, since my diagnosis, it's been drinking alcohol. It's not really something I want. No, it's not. But it's like, I think it's just something that I'm happy with, I'm more conscious of.
A few days before, the family's seen all together at the Commonwealth Day celebrations.
She seems to be much more open now, and I think one of the reasons for that is she knows that many people who have also got cancer or have family with cancer find it reassuring and comforting to know that Catherine has been through that herself and is open about some of the changes that she's made and that she finds helpful.
There has been some glamour too, stunning at the BAFTAs last month, and last week, dressed a bit more casually, sharing some snacks while visiting the lifeboats on the River Thames.
The pair stopping by London's famed Borough Market, a major tourist destination packed with delicious food stalls, chatting with shopkeepers, sampling the wares, of course, even being put to work. William slicing the cheese, Kate helping out the humble crumble stand with some cake decorating.
She is, in many ways, their secret weapon. So on big events like today, everybody will be hoping that nothing goes wrong and that she gets the opportunity to shine.
And today, a healthy and smiling Princess of Wales, back in green, handing out shamrocks and leading the parade.
All right, Molly, she looks great, by the way.
Yes.
So vibrant. You mentioned her recovery. What else can you tell us about how she's doing?
Yeah, Hoda, she does look great, so vibrant. You're absolutely right, smiling, looking so healthy today. And she is opening up a little bit more about her recovery. We heard about that lifestyle change, of course, we mentioned in the piece, but a very sweet gesture actually last week. She sent some gorgeous spring flowers and some very personal thank you notes to the staff and patients at the hospital where she received treatment. Guys?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that sounds just like something she would do.
Yes,
All right, Molly, thank you so much.
You know, it is St. Patrick's Day, though.
It is. I have a green tattoo like that.
All right, we got a busy pop star to get to today. We're going to start with Michael B. Jordan. Over the weekend, the Sinner star, as you know, took home the Oscar for Best Actor, giving a shout out to the folks who've helped him along the way.
Thank you, everybody in this room and everybody at home for supporting me over my career. I feel it. I know you guys want me to do well, and I want to do that because you guys bet on me. So thank you for keep betting on me.
I'll bet on him. Yeah. I'll keep betting on him, too. The 39-year-old star was not kidding. He's been in the business a long time. Plenty of the people in that room, and actually all throughout Hollywood, who he's ever crossed paths with over the years, were very happy for his win. People writing on social media. Here's one we found. All My Children star Susan Lucci, the soap icon, sharing a tweet, throwback snap with a young Michael writing, "What a beautiful, gracious, and authentic acceptance speech you gave. So proud to have worked with Michael on AMC. What a spectacular actor he is." Another one we found from Miles Teller, who Jordan worked with on That Awkward Moment and Fantastic Four. Miles posting his own fun picture and adding in the tweet, "What's up, Blue? So proud of my guy, top of the mountain." And we got one more from Kerry Washington, who wrote, "Talent, discipline, generosity, grace. So proud of you."
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
This seemed to be one of those Oscar wins that everybody was just so happy for. Yeah. Beautiful moment. Next up, we got BTS, because the boys are back on Friday. They're set to release their first new album in nearly 4 years. And next week, the K-pop superstars are opening up about their hiatus in a new documentary. It's set to dive into their time away from music as the band members served in the Korean military. BTS Return, that's the name of it, hits Netflix only on March 27th. Okay. Speaking of music and documentaries, we've got Noah Kahan up next. He's also gearing up to drop a new album, recently releasing this single. You like that lyric?
Yeah, I
hope you marry rich. Is that what he said?
Is that what he said? Yeah, I just like the vibe. I like his vibe.
You like that? We all like that?
Sure, okay. Sometimes just sing along.
He's so good. Yeah, I said he's like every artist. It's like there's comedians like this that are every comedian's comedian. They all stand in the back of the room to watch. Yeah. He's one of those guys in music. Like all artists love to watch Noah Kahan work with him. The upcoming album is called The Great Divide. As fans wait for more, Kahan just announced that he's headed to Netflix with a documentary of his own. I don't have a trailer for that one yet, but here's him describing the very personal nature of the project.
It kind of captured like a year and a half of my life being on the tour for Stick Season and just how Stick Season affected my life, my family's life, but it also gets into some really like personal stuff. So you listen to my music for a while, I do talk about my family and I talk a lot about my self-image, kind of get into body dysmorphia and some of the mental health struggles I've had, but it's definitely very much like front and center during this documentary. It'll be the first time I've really talked about it in a way that wasn't through music, so I'm obviously a little nervous about kind of burying my soul in that way, but it's very vulnerable and it's hard for me to watch, but also something I think is really important to share.
How about that? I think he's in my head. Those are all my problems. Noah Kahan, Out of Body. You're not alone. Starts streaming April 13th, a week ahead of his new album. All right, next up, Rachel Brosnahan. She racked up quite a list of awards during her 5-season run as this New York stand-up.
My parents are people who do not like change. When my husband left me, my father said, "Go get him back."
like I'd accidentally left the barn door open and Bessie the cow had wandered off. And when I didn't go get him back, as instructed, my father was furious. My mother still hasn't heard he's gone, so she hasn't reacted yet. I mean, she's been told, she just hasn't heard it.
So good. That's Rachel in her Emmy, Golden Globe, and SAG winning role in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And if you've ever wondered where the New Yorker keeps so many of the trophies that she won, well, we're going to give you a sneak peek. During this recent video tour of her home, Architectural Digest, an eagle-eyed fan spotted the collection right there on the toilet.
Oh, my Keeps her humble.
Right there in the back.
Keeps her humble.
It also proves just how small New York City apartments are.
Yeah, really.
That is the toilet / mantle of the crib.
Rachel's just like us.
Yeah. Next up, this one's for you, pal. A new episode of the Glass Half Full podcast dropping. This time, Craig Melvin, you sit down with NBA legend Carmelo Anthony, the Basketball Hall of Famer, opening up about the turning points that have shaped his life and also sharing some candid comments with Craig on why he thinks college basketball is headed towards a major change.
My thing is make it it's a professional league. It's a professional league. You're dealing with millions and millions and billions of dollars.
So you think we should just scrap collegiate athletics? We should just stop pretending?
We should stop pretending. There's going to come a point in time over the next years that we're going to have to make a decision. It's going to split. It's going to be education and it's going to be sports. And it's, so it's coming. And I just want people to kind of embrace themselves for that because it's happening, man.
Well, now I got a million questions. I need a drink. I have a million questions about that.
He spends a lot of time talking about it. And if you think about it, his perspective...
we're already there, right?
He would maintain that we've gone too far.
But what about the kids who, they may not want to go pro, they're just really good.
They
like to play. So
can
they play?
There are a handful of those.
He sees a world where separation of education and sports at the collegiate level?
Correct. And if you kind of look at it now, I mean, there's a huge chasm between, big college football programs and smaller institutions.
But we pick our colleges based on how great the teams are.
Sounds like you guys might need to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
What a podcast.
It's a great tease.
Look at the conversation it's evoked here.
But his perspective is unique because not only did he play a year in college, he's got a son who's about to go play college basketball, too. So.
Well, that full episode now, just search Glass Half Full on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. It's out now.
Nice.
All right, finally, quickly, St. Patrick's Day, call it the luck of the Irish. Beloved bagel chain Pop-Up Bagels announced a collab with Guinness. So look out for the stout-flavored cream cheese to help celebrate the holiday. Thank you, G-Money. The limited edition flavors available throughout the month of March. And guys, we're really just using this whole thing as an excuse because I wanted to get us a Guinness to try to split the G. As a reminder, if you don't know what splitting the G is,
tell me.
The goal is to take one sip, your first sip, that's big enough that when you put the beer down, the level of the beer is at the G on the glass.
That's not happening.
So it's somewhere around 3, 4, 5, 6.
Pretend you're back in Virginia Tech on the weekend.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, we're going to do it right now. Let's go. Ready?
Yeah.
2.
Got it. Look at Carson and Dylan.
Wait, you know what? Dylan and Carson.
Dylan almost nailed it.
Dylan beat you, Carson.
I'll take it.
Did Dylan just beat you?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you drank a lot of beer at Rutgers.
Pretty good.
So, by the way,
you can be a professional at Rutgers now.
We apologize, Chris. We apologize. We've embarrassed ourselves.
No, we haven't.
We're back with Hollywood heavyweight Chris Pratt. His acting career, one of the most successful of all time, from his breakout role in Parks and Rec to his work in mega franchises, Jurassic World, the Marvel Universe, and voicing a number of animated characters as well, including the iconic Mario. And Chris is reprising that role in the Super Mario Galaxy movie that's filled with some friendly new faces. Take a look.
Hey, it's all right. Easy. Okay.
Yes, they brought back Yoshi.
Yay.
Chris, good morning. Welcome back.
Thanks, Greg.
That first Super Mario Brothers movie, it's a smash hit. We're talking like $1.3 billion. Everyone loved it. The sequel here, what can diehard Super Mario Brothers fans expect from this expansion of the universe?
Well, the creators and the directors of this film are diehard fans themselves of the games, and so there's a ton of Easter eggs from every different iteration of the video game. If you're a big fan of Super Mario Brothers and have played a lot of games, there'll be a lot of extra surprises for you. But it's just truly a spectacular film. It's a spectacle. It's visually stunning. The story is like dynamite. The minute it takes off, it does not let go until the end of the movie. It's bigger, better, faster, and more beautiful than the first movie.
When you step into the booth to record the voice for Mario, how do you get into the character? Do you do vocal exercises?
I actually intentionally clog my own toilets at home in the morning. I plumb those. Okay. And no, you kind of just, I do like, it's kind of nerdy stuff, but I do some vocal warm-ups on the way driving into the session, and then...
Give us one example of...
Well, it's like about a 20 or 30-minute process. I have this really great app that I follow that I won't plug right now, because I'm pretty sure that it might be a Russian spy app, but it's like, I really think that. Like, it's this vocal, I think it helps people to get, to perfect their English accent.
Okay.
And the woman who teaches the app is a Russian woman, and I immediately gave all my info to this app, which probably wasn't smart, but I use this thing that's like breathing and opening up your diaphragm and doing these things like, and then you whisper your social security number, and then
shut up,
and then you have to use your credit cards and stuff and like some medical information, and then boom, it's me.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
It's funny because I would never have guessed that a Russian spy was teaching Chris Pratt how to voice Mario.
Yeah, I'm in danger, and trust me, I'm a happy guy. But if I go,
you got 4 young kids.
I do,
and I think Jack he's 13 now. Do they know how cool it is that you are the voice of one of the most iconic characters?
Well, my 13-year-old has seen, I took him to an early screening of the first movie, and I don't think he was able to come with me to the screening of this movie, but yeah, he thinks it's pretty cool. My 5-year-old, my 3-year-old, my 1-year-old have never seen movies. Catherine is very old school when it comes to screens and technology and all that stuff, so we're waiting. There's going to be a season, they're going to realize their dad is really cool. They haven't realized it yet. Yeah, but one day. Jack likes me, though.
Speaking of your son, I saw you at the Super Bowl. I mean, for folks who don't know, you're born and raised in Washington State, lifelong Seahawks fan, so much so that they invited you to do this. I want to show folks Chris Pratt at the Super Bowl.
Let's go.
Your NFC champion, Seattle Seahawks!
You were the good luck charm they needed. Congrats on the Super Bowl.
Hey, man, that was the best. That was one of the best moments of our life. It was so cool. The best part was, winning the Super Bowl, and then afterwards, we got invited into the locker room.
Wow.
And then we watched. It was so amazing for me and my son to see these guys. The first thing they did, they were champions of the world, The first thing they did is they got down on a knee and they gave a huge prayer. And they let us join in. We joined hands, and it was so wonderful for my son to see these big, masculine, grown men conquer such an amazing achievement and then immediately give the glory to God. I thought it was incredible, man.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was looking at your Instagram, and for folks who don't know, you're a man of great faith, and your Instagram bio simply says, God first, grateful to be here. How has that guided you through your journey in Hollywood, a place not always known for, its faith?
Right. Well, it's just, it is what it is, man. I got a belief, and I go with it, and for the most part, it's been amazing. I think, if the light, there's this Christine Kane quote that says, if the light that shines upon you is greater than the light that's within you, then the light that shines upon you will kill you. And you see it in our business, man. You see people who have the world by the balls, and they just are so unhappy. Excuse my language.
That's right.
I'm talking about God, I'm talking about balls. But, you see it. People have this light with that shines on them, and it can really make you unhappy and unsettled and turn to things that are not good for you. And so for me, it's really grounding, man. It's good for me. It's good for my family, good for my wife, good for my life.
You always do seem quite grounded. Before I let you go out of here, I'm contractually obligated to ask you about Avengers Doomsday. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, they've signed on. Well, we have 3 Chris's in Avengers Doomsday.
Man, I'm not at liberty to say, but I can tell you that Super Mario Galaxy opens April 1st. Go see it.
Well done.
You're going to love it.
Well done. Sounds like you're doing the Avengers movie, too. Thank you, Chris Pratt.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise,
Always.
man, always.
Mark your calendars, as he mentioned, Super Mario Galaxy movie from our sister company, Universal Pictures, hits theaters Wednesday, April 1st. Don't be a fool. Go see it. And Chris is going to come back on Jenna and Chanel, along with his Luigi co-star, Charlie Day, who probably does not use that same app to get his voice ready. Up next, the cast of Riverdance, live on the Plaza, treating us to a special St. Patrick's Day performance. But first, this is Today on NBC. And welcome back. It would not be a proper St. Patrick's Day here on Today without a little music and without a little dancing there.
There you go.
All right, joining us, we got the cast of Riverdance 30, the new generation. They are in the middle of an anniversary tour across America celebrating 3 decades of the iconic show.
So let us give a warm Irish welcome to Riverdance. That was
wow.
awesome.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Nervous, inspired. That was incredible.
It's like 30 degrees,
Wow. Y'all did it. Way to go. The cast of Riverdance, again, they are on tour till June 30th, so get your tickets
We got to get
now.
a shot of Matt Burke, our
Come
own
here.
crew guy.
Step out
He
here.
just said
Yeah.
that it's like the Irish Rockettes, which was good. But look at, he has his own.
We have to bring our friend up. This is Matt.
This is our version. We call him River Pants.
River Pants.
Thanks,
Way to go,
Matt.
guys. That was beautiful.
awesome,
Thank
guys.
you.
Our festivities are just getting warmed up. Up next, my wife is in the house. Siri, we're making a delicious Irish breakfast that we love in the Daily household. We'll share it with you. But first, this is Today on NBC. Big thanks to Riverdance. Thank you.
Top of the morning to you. My Irish accent goes Jamaican very fast. Oh, it's so good to see you, laddie. Welcome to Jamaica, man. No problem. I can't keep it straight. Hey, my better half is here, guys. Siri's here. We had delicious leftover. This is a recipe you're gonna love, right from the Daily Family Cookbook. When you eat your St. Patrick's Day feast tonight, you're going to have an all-star breakfast tomorrow. You'll inevitably have a lot of leftovers.
Absolutely.
And we'll get into that. How are you,
Did you get
Lassie?
taller?
It's my hat.
Oh, okay.
It's my hat.
Yeah, so we're going to make like a hash with all of your leftovers. So we're
By
going
the
to
way,
start.
lots to do in this segment. I don't know how much time we have, but I also have my top 5 drinking songs for St. Patrick's Day that I'm
there you
going to
go.
play just underneath you while you
Okay,
cook.
sounds good.
All right, so we're going to start with, these are in no particular order. We're going to start with you two. Pride in the Name of Love is going to play. I saw him at Slane Castle, one of the most Irish things I've ever done.
Okay.
Go ahead, Siri, sorry to interrupt.
Cabbage. This is cabbage, chopped up cabbage.
Yep.
We're going to throw it in. There's some melted butter in the pan.
Great job, Lassie.
And some onions.
Yep.
And then just kind of caramelize that for a while. I like to do this in a cast iron skillet because it just gets everything really nice and brown and golden and yummy. So over here, it's already cooked down. To it, we're gonna add some garlic. Let that just kind of cook for like 30 seconds or so till you kind of smell it and it gets nice and fragrant. Then add your leftover.
All right, my next song, we're going to move out of YouTube. We're going to go to the Dropkick Murphys, Shipping Up to Boston. It's a classic. Right, Dylan?
Yeah. Now I want to dance. Okay. We're going to add our chopped corned beef.
Now, when you get these leftovers out of the fridge, do you like rough chop everything up to make it in this hash?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And potatoes, and then we'll let that crisp up. You know, and you can also make this if you're, if you're vegetarian, you don't need the corned beef, but it's also really yummy just as is. But okay, this is gonna get all nice and crispy. Another maybe like 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna add our eggs.
By the way, the pictures behind us, this was our trip to Ireland. We took the kids, how many years? About 5 or 6 years ago now.
22, I want to say.
That's a Doonbeg on the west coast of Ireland. We had a great time there.
Wow.
I didn't have my back surgery yet, so I couldn't play golf. It was like torture to be in Ireland and not be able to play golf.
But what were you listening to?
What's next?
Lots of stuff.
What's
Lots
next?
of stuff. What's next? What? Song-wise?
Yes.
Next up
Before
is
I add
I went
the
with
eggs.
Van Morrison. Just a great, I went with Brown Eyed Girl. Just Today audience. Classic. Great little Irish ode.
We're gonna add our eggs.
Great Irish artist.
These are pre-cracked, but you'll just crack them in there, and then you're gonna just let the eggs.
Essentially, we're done, right? Just wait,
Yeah.
not just the.
All you really have to do now is I add the lid so that you want the yolks to be runny, but you want the whites to cook. So
How do you do
if
that?
you put the lid
Steam.
over.
Got it.
Yes.
Very good, Siri. Very
yes,
good. You're a
and
very
there we
good cook,
go.
Siri, my last.
What are you guys going to do for St. Patrick's?
We're not going to order, I think. It's
Yeah.
only me and Jack and Siri will eat the traditional meal. The girls probably won't, so we'll probably just order something. But we'll make this tomorrow. You'll make this the next day, and it'll arguably be better than the night before.
That's fantastic.
Oh, hey, by the way, Goldie and London, our little girls, were up late last night making a leprechaun trap. I think we have a picture of the trap. This is very big news.
Did you guys
There's
do
the
that?
trap there.
Wait, let's see.
They used the gold. We couldn't find gold chocolate coins, so we used Rolos.
We had to dip into the Easter bunnies because they were all out of chocolate
So you
coins.
lure in the little leprechaun to get in the box, and then we put Elmer's glue down, and then like a rat, he gets trapped.
We don't know if
And
he
he
was
can't
trapped or
move
not.
his feet.
Cheers. Where's your Guinness?
Yeah, let's try and split the G. You and me, ready?
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
This is like early days. This is how we had Jackson,
All right.
probably.
There's no G on this.
There's no G. Oh, all right. So let's just pretend.
I can't do that. I can't chug.
Why? It's okay.
Yeah, I think I was close.
Dylan said it.
Dylan, do you have a G on yours?
Did you see Dylan?
Do you have a G?
I don't have a G.
Okay, well, you already split it. Are we done? This is great. So this is your Irish skillet, one pot,
Some yummy
delicious.
soda
Serve it
bread.
with some Irish soda bread, which you make all the time. That's easy to make, right?
Yep. And then just
Serve it with a little Guinness. Guys, what do you
Very
think?
great job.
Well done.
It's delicious.
Like that?
It's
Happy
so
flavors.
good.
Cheers.
All right, can we do it? Oh, my other songs. Cranberries Zombie.
And then quickly, what does that mean? How much time? 15, okay. And then Metallica's cover of Whiskey in a Jar. Just some great ones there for you.
Great job.
ThisRecipeToday.com/food. We're back in the third hour. Billy Porter stopping by? That's awesome. First, check your local news and weather. Thank you, Siri.
Do you want a river dance?
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.